all actors have big heads. And his head is ginormous.
Well, is this how,
like the best actors, like Tom Cruise. When we met Tom Cruise, did you see how big his head was? His head's f***ing ginormous. All of them. McConaughey, all the best. And that's what Jonah has. He's got a big, fat, juicy watermelon head. Today's podcast is brought to you by SeatGeek. Get $20 off your first order when you use my code NASH. Guys, what's up? Welcome back to the All Good Things podcast. I'm here with Jess and Jonah.
Hello.
We're chatting today. Jonah, this is your first time on the show.
Is it?
Yes, it is. And how could you not know that?
Because the show's so good, it's a blur.
First of all, we were talking about you joining the podcast.
Right,
today is an audition.
Okay.
Of so to speak.
Right.
And you were 37 minutes late.
Dude, I missed the alarm.
But I texted you at 8:30. You were up.
Yeah.
You texted me back. I'll be there.
That's the bad thing about.
Wait a minute. The alarm. You missed the alarm. Oh, you went back to bed.
Yeah, because during big days, I don't off before I go to bed.
Right.
And yesterday, I off and I went to bed. And
during big days,
I don't off because I'll sleep in. So yesterday, I off and went to bed.
You're like a bear that hibernates.
Yeah. I'm a off bear. I'm a bear that jacks off.
Next time Jonah's late, I'm not going to ask why.
Do bears off?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
We're getting cut from brand deals from this, huh?
If there's no ads, don't worry about it. Oh no, there is. SeatGeek's
like, God damn it. Why do we work with these
off bears? That's their mascot.
Yeah. Ian's like,
the SeatGeek Canadian jerking off bear, the bear. Yeah, that's SeatGeek's.
Yeah.
When you go and buy tickets on SeatGeek, that's what pops up.
Dude, I'm actually buying tickets from SeatGeek right now.
Ferris is on it today.
9 animals.
Will you hit up SeatGeek for Event Sevenfold tickets for me? Will you guys want to go moshing with me?
That's the reason he came today, to ask you.
What a band.
Yeah, can you get me Event Sevenfold tickets?
Can you get him Avenged Sevenfold tickets? Don't make
my favorite band in the world.
Where are they playing?
At the Kia Forum.
Who's the biggest celebrity you work with so far?
I don't know.
Biggest celebrity? Cool? Yeah. Josh Peck.
Yeah, but Josh isn't even like someone I work with. He's just he's like my homie that like I don't really realize. I realized when we were working with him. It's funny.
I feel the same way. I didn't watch the show. Like I didn't.
No,
watch Drake.
I was a huge fan of Drake and Josh.
I didn't watch Drake and Josh. So when I see Josh,
were a star on it.
Yeah, I was just had one line on it. But
yeah, but I don't call it working with him. I just call him my friend.
Yeah, he's your bud. You're good like that.
But
you don't get starstruck.
No, I do.
Who'd you get Oh, you got starstruck
Jim
by
Carrey.
50 and Jim Carrey.
50, yeah, 50 and Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
But those are probably the only people in the world that I'll ever get starstruck by.
Yeah.
And we met him and I was like, oh, dude. And 50, like, he is this my belly? He's like, I'm like, yo, can I take a photo? He's like, yeah, you have your phone? And I was like, my phone?
No, he didn't.
I'm like, my phone? Yeah. I have my phone, yeah.
He slapped your belly?
Not slap, but he was like, like a playful tap. I thought he was flirting with me when he did that.
50 Cent's so funny.
Yeah, dude, 50's the best. I love 50, dude.
Okay, so you say to him...
I was literally listening to 50 when I was driving here.
You were?
Yeah.
I'm going to be 50.
You're going to be 50?
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
Like the age.
Okay.
He's not going to dress up as him.
I thought you were going to dress up as 50.
No, like he's turning 50.
I should dress as 50 that
Yeah,
night.
dude.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Well, as long as you don't do blackface, I could dress as 50, right?
Yeah, but then...
I guess it'd be hard.
Yeah, you don't want to be... I don't know, man. 50's like... No one can really be 50. He's just that guy. You know what I mean? Like, 50's that dude.
Did you ever
even as a Halloween outfit, you can't be 50, bro.
Did you ever hear what he did to Rick Ross's kids? He was beefing with Rick Ross, so he took Rick Ross's kids to meet Floyd Mayweather, and was like, "Look at what a bad dad Rick Ross is."
Jeez, dude.
Isn't that crazy?
Guy. He's crazy. I want to beef with 50, but like in a nice way, like and not like.
Well, you're not like that. You're not a. People should know about you. You're pretty. Jess, isn't he? He's pretty nice. Hey, he's
Yeah, I feel
He's all over the
I feel like
place.
the only time you get in fights with people is when you just annoy the out of them for some reason.
Oh yeah, we fought in Dubai.
Yeah, like it's never like you're starting beef. You're just doing something really annoying that pisses someone off.
Yeah.
I was so tired
Yeah.
in Dubai. That was
done
Was
be-
it you two that got in the fight?
Yeah,
we
did.
got into a big fight.
And it was funny because we were wearing like our full Dubai outfits too, and we're like walking around in circles around the fire pit fighting with camels all around. It's just the weirdest
what
scenario.
started the fight?
He made fun of me or something. And
I
then
can't remember.
He said something like, "Look at Jason, he's about to pass out," and I was about to pass out. I was so tired, and then he had just been you were just kind of pissing me off the whole trip.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get on the camel. That was really pissing me off.
On the 30-foot camel, I wouldn't get on it.
Yeah, because every time the camel would come around, this happened like twice. He would take like 40 to 45 minutes to get on the camel. And like I just couldn't stand there anymore with cameras. Like I was just like, dude, get on the camel or don't get on the camel.
Why wouldn't you get on the camel?
The camel, dude, is like as soon as you get on the camel, your head's touching the ceiling. So it's pretty high
Afraid
up.
of heights?
It's like the first floor of a building.
It is pretty high up there.
It is.
But yeah, so I just was done with you not getting on the camel, and
Yeah.
it's fine. It was fun to have fights.
Yeah. People thought it was serious. It was kind of serious.
And then
It's weird.
and then the production's like, "Don't worry, we're gonna cut all that out."
Yeah, and then it's all in the whole episode.
It's literally
There's
the cold open and the
Twitter
clickbait.
videos the next day.
Yeah,
Like, ah, shit.
yeah. That's
It was good though.
Guys, I'm going on tour. Go to jasonnashtour.com. See me live this summer. I'm doing 18 shows this summer, maybe more. Some of the cities I'll be in are Ontario, Irvine, San Jose, Boston, Oxnard, Philadelphia. Those are the first 5. I'm also going to Austin. I'm going to Levittown. I'm going to Ohio. I'm going to Florida. I'm going to Tampa. So please come see me. Go to jasonnashtour.com. Yeah, you miss traveling like that?
No,
No.
No,
I don't either. I don't
not at
like
all.
it.
Really?
yeah, I'm good, man.
It's not
Why?
fun.
I'm staying right here,
Like the
dude.
production part of it, or just like traveling?
Probably
Yeah, like doing a show like that, it's like you wake up you have to be on the bus at like 8, and then you drive for like an hour and a half, then you shoot, and you get back at like 9. You can't really do anything.
I'm not down. I'm not down at
I
all.
mean, you get to see stuff, I guess, the stuff they've planned, but like it's not like you're like having fun. You're just so tired.
Do you guys like traveling, like in general though?
No. I just got a house in the valley. I'm staying in the valley till I die.
Okay.
I'm good.
Have you
I
had
mean, I was asking because I feel like the answer was going to be no.
Yeah.
yeah, he doesn't like it.
Hate
And
it.
I don't really like it either.
You just-
No, dude, it's just not fun, bro. Like I don't want to hop on a plane and unless like probably won't happen, but God willingly, like if like some cool to happen with comedy and I get a private jet, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's different.
That will never happen though. Like this is probably the peak, you know.
No, that's not true. You're so young. You have like
I'm old. 28.
You just say I'm 48.
28. It's pretty old, man.
What are you talking about?
It's pretty
not
old.
20. We were talking about this yesterday with Scott and Todd. It's about like reinvention, how important it is.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you have like different ebbs and flows of your career, and you've reinvented yourself as like a Instagram and TikTok star. Which is,
You're a prime example of
yeah,
reinvention.
yeah. I've had to do it so many times. Like, all right, got to do this. Gotta.
I know you've been alive since the 1800s. Like you and Jesus went to school together.
Yeah.
So man, I hope you reinvented yourself,
I had a
dude.
business with Jesus.
You're neighbors with Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, yeah. I had a company with Thomas Jefferson. Yeah, great.
Yeah, dude. You were there when Paul Revere was running. Yo, the British are coming. Jason helped Paul Revere.
I tweeted it.
That's
I
funny.
made a vine. The British are coming.
Oh man, dude.
You were trying to get in shape.
Still am.
You look better.
Yeah.
Doesn't he look better, Jess?
Yeah, it was. I actually like the other day when we were by the pool. I was like, wait. I was like, you look a lot skinnier. And then someone posted a photo, and I was like, holy.
Yeah.
My favorite videos is when you have your shirt off and you're punching.
The UFC videos.
I No, they're not UFC videos. It's just like you in a bag, and you're like,
Dude, I'm getting back into fighting. I love it.
You at boxing. Jonah was at boxing. Like, didn't come to box, but for some reason was there. Was like in these like skinny pants with no shirt on and like a belt and shirtless, like just boxing.
Did you take the class in pants?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, take it in pants.
In like skinny pants.
No.
That's okay.
Yeah.
No, it was fine. He did
Did
great,
he do
but
the
it was-
class?
No, he kind of just was like punching people.
Oh yeah, I go up to Joe and I just start I pick on it. I'm like, dude, go ahead. I'm like, deuces up. I'm like, hands up.
Well, Joe's like really working hard.
Yeah, and I try to like fight Joe the whole class.
And then Susie's yelling.
And then it's funny because the instructor's like, yo, knock it out. And it just feels like we're back in like high school or something. I'm like, yo, Joe, hands up, bro.
Did Susie do what?
So Susie was yelling because Jonah stole her gloves. She's like, how am I supposed to box?
Yeah, I just got brand new gloves in the car.
Susie's transformation's been going on for a while.
Dude, yeah, I know.
She
She's been doing it for
looks
3
great,
years.
too.
It's great, but it's been going on.
I'm so proud of her.
3 years.
It feels like it.
Yeah.
Hey, slow and steady.
Ilya
wins
wants
the
me
race.
to go to the Great Wall of China now and climb the Great Wall. He's sending me to Mars.
Yeah, I know, dude.
So many things.
Yeah.
One after another.
She's hustling, dude.
He's put her through hell.
Yeah, bro. She's going hard at it though, man. I'm proud of her, dude.
Yeah, I am too. She looks great.
She's been going hard at
That's
it.
like such a big change though, like to do what she's doing now versus like her old lifestyle. Like she didn't like ever work out, and now she's doing a lot.
Yeah,
It's impressive.
What does it feel like from a skinny person's perspective?
What do you mean?
Like, do you look at it and go like, oh, like look at these fat
No, I'm like very, very impressed with Susie because I've always been active.
Are you saying that to say that, or are you saying that as like a skinny
I genuinely
person?
am because like I've always been like an active person, but like
So you've been
sometimes
skinny.
if I've like not worked out for 2 months and I get back into working out, it's hard.
Yeah.
So like to go from like not ever being like super active to like going to where she is now is like really impressive.
Yeah. No, man, it's difficult losing weight.
You ever think about you'll lose it? And the big thing with you is people go, oh, he won't be funny anymore.
I mean, I'm not funny from to begin with.
Yes, you are. It's not true.
But no, but the thing is, man, I've always been like the fat dude, but it's easy to hate on fat dudes. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, it's easy to like look at a fat guy like standing in line at Burger King and go like, oh, look at the fat guy getting a triple Whopper or something. But like if a skinny dude like walks in to get a triple Whopper,
Yeah.
no one's looking his way.
No.
But everyone's like always like
You really think so?
for sure.
Well, that's 100% true.
You think when he goes into Burger King, I think it's in his head.
No.
No one's looking. No one's ever. If
I mean,
you're
I'm
at
not
Burger
They're
King,
thinking
you're all
it's-
guilty.
I'm not saying specifically, but like there definitely is that like
You look at fat people
No.
at Burger King, give
No,
them the
no.
side eye.
Hey, Jess is just judging. What the is wrong with that fat ass?
No, but I'm saying people
You fat
are mean.
whale.
Like not even if like I feel like people are like outwardly rude to people based off their appearance. Not just necessarily like fat, but like
Yeah.
it's to do with appearance in general. Like if someone thinks someone's ugly, they're naturally like it's like scientifically proven that like people treat people worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have trouble
based
on
off their
airplanes?
appearance.
You know I do.
Do you?
Of course.
Like,
No, not like fit. I can fit in a seat. I'm not that fat, bro. I'm 195 pounds. I'm not as bad as I'm fat, but like I'm not.
You're not spilling over into the other seat.
Yeah, I'm like
I can
in my
see you
own
right
seat.
now. You
like
wouldn't
I'm
be. You'd
When
be
were
fine.
you your biggest?
260,
Oof. What do you weigh now?
194.
Oh, that's
Wow.
great. You were 260.
Yeah,
Oof.
yeah.
My biggest was 230.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awful.
No, I turned into a balloon for a second, dude.
When was that?
Like 2 years ago.
How did that happen?
And 8. What do you mean? How did that happen? Go ahead. You want to judge me? I went to Burger King and I got the whole menu.
I'm just saying, like, did you just?
I was
like,
okay
were
with
you
it.
Less active? Were you eating more?
Yeah, I was less
Were you
active.
depressed? Like,
I was less active. I was depressed. I hated my life. I wanted to eat, but now I'm like, dude, I got to wake up. I got to hit the gym because I hit the gym every day.
You do.
I do every day. Yeah,
That's good.
every day.
Damn.
Yeah. And then I fast, and then I eat. I drink like a protein shake, and then I have dinner.
Damn. What time you go to bed?
Late, like 2.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
Because if I stay up till 2, I'll do a lot of eating between.
I'll get hungry. Yeah, you get hungry. Yeah.
Really
I really try to, and that's where comes in too. Like I try to I'll try to do it at like 10:30, and then like I'll wooze off, and I'm like, oh, Instagram, and then I grab Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm scrolling through it.
Yeah.
And then I knock out around 3. I love watching videos. That's like my thing.
Really?
Love watching videos.
What's your algorithm like these days?
Yeah, what's your algorithm?
My algorithm is pretty intense.
Do we want to know?
I know what your algorithm is.
Well, he said he scrolls and then he jerks off, so I feel like we can get some idea.
No.
His algorithm is all kids with Down syndrome.
That's not. That's not. It's happened like once or twice.
No, you showed me once.
You know I'm partially autistic, right?
Yeah. Oh, I know. We all know.
Yeah, dude, I'm not right in the head. That's the bad thing about, like, not the bad thing, but that's like one thing that is hard to control about my brain.
What is?
Like I stuff like sometimes I don't have people skills and stuff. Like I have like terrible social skills.
Yes. And so you did you
unless I know you. If I know you, I'm good.
Were you
but
diagnosed?
No, I wasn't. But I mean, I just me not being able to hold a conversation is like pretty.
So you think you might be autistic?
Yeah.
Have you thought about going to get diagnosed? Like Jess said, maybe you should.
Maybe I should. Yeah. I took a quiz online. Said I'm 79% autistic. So.
I mean, a lot of people are autistic and don't know because it's a spectrum.
Yeah, but also I have like these bursts of like this weirdness, like not the weirdness, but like random shit will like catch my eye that doesn't, like that expo mark. I keep looking at it.
What do you keep looking at?
The expo mark, the marker on the ground. I can't stop looking at it, but it's like an inanimate object. It doesn't mean anything, but I just can't stop looking at it.
You're gonna remove his fun.
This?
Yeah.
You keep looking at it.
Yeah, because it's like bright blue and.
That's interesting. Do you think it holds you back in some ways?
Sometimes, because like it's like playing frisbee with a dog. You know, like you throw it, he's like, oh. So like that'll happen to me sometimes. Like
right.
I'll be
you're stuck on something.
Yeah, like I'll try to focus, and like something happens, I'm like, I'll lose it.
And you don't want medication or anything, right?
No. But it's also good at hyper focusing, because when I want to get a bit, I make sure to I have like this weird like obsessiveness to it. You know, I'll obsess over something. What
was your favorite part of the vlogs when we did David's vlog?
Back in 2001, my favorite part of the vlogs was
what was your favorite?
Or was it 98? When did we do the vlogs? My favorite part of the vlogs.
Is it true that you've
he's like just he's like,
yeah, you see, like I lost focus.
Is it true you switched crews? Now you're with King Batch and Adam W and Hannah Stocking, and you're no longer with.
He jumped ship.
Yeah, is that true that you've jumped ship?
Well, because I don't know. You guys always hang out. Don't hit me up, but like Adam and Batch and Hannah and stuff like, yo, we're doing this. So I'm like, all right, cool. I don't have anybody. I've been a loner my whole life, man. I really have. Like I've never.
You told me the other day. You're like they invite me places. They're nice to me.
I've said this before. I've been a loner my whole life.
Yeah.
I've never had like a group of like actual friends.
Really?
Yeah, I've never had.
But we're actually friends.
No, we are. We are. But before you guys, I didn't really have any friends.
How'd you guys meet?
Oh, what a great question. I was with David, and somebody brought Jonah in to the apartment, and they were like, watch, I can hit this guy in the face. I can hit this guy in the face. Was he hitting you in the face or the stomach?
Both.
Yeah, he's like, this guy takes punches like crazy. And Jonah was just sitting there. And obviously, like, the first time you see Jonah, you're like, I mean, David and I thought the same thing. We saw him, we were like, oh my God, like, this guy's comedic gold. Before he even spoke. Like,
a literal punching bag.
It's not just because he's, yeah, right. It's not just because, he was like overweight. It's like his if you look at his face, his face has everything you want in a comedic actor. It's very expressive. It's big. It's like
that's where the name Jonah.
He's also like fat handsome. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's handsome. His face is handsome. Jess is like, what? He looks like an actor.
Jess, you don't think I'm handsome? He looks like an actor.
And you know what? All actors have big heads. And his head is ginormous.
Well, is this how,
like the best actors, like Tom Cruise. When we met Tom Cruise, did you see how big his head was? His head's f***ing ginormous. He did have a big head. All of them. McConaughey. All the best. And that's what Jonah has. He's got a big, fat, juicy watermelon head.
Wait, Jess, you don't think I'm handsome?
No, you're beautiful.
And then,
no, I don't mean that.
And then David thought that he looked like Jonah Hill, so he kept calling him Jonah. And then I just knew. I was like, that guy's really funny. I got in the car. I was like, that guy's really funny. You should do stuff with him. David was like, yeah. You're right. And then of course, we got busy, and then Jonah made a really funny like single camera short on his YouTube channel called Road to Comedy. And it's really good. Like, it's actually good. It's actually like Curb Your Enthusiasm good. Like, it's scripted. Vardon's in it. Vardon's really good in it. His mom is in it yelling at him. Like, it was really well done. So I saw it and I was like, this is really good. And then I showed it to David. I was like, you got to see this. This is so good. And then that was it.
Wait,
but David might tell the story differently.
You were doing like YouTube and stuff before you met David.
Yeah, I had started YouTube it was like a year in. It wasn't YouTube. I started off on Instagram
with Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started off on Instagram just filming videos, and I was like, dude, I'm like, I gotta figure this comedy out. I'm doing it forever because my mom was already kind of over it. She's like, yo, you gotta either go to college or like you gotta figure something out. I'm like, Mom, I started this new thing called Instagram. And I'm going to gain a lot of followers on it. And I'm going to post videos on there that's going to get a lot of views. And I'm going to buy our family a house and a restaurant. And my mom's like, shut the hell up. She's like, go to school. I'm like, Mom, just give me like a couple more years. Wow. And then I'll buy us the restaurant that you guys want, you know?
Wow.
And then.
So funny that somebody we all think is so inept actually accomplished both of those things. Like, you have to give you credit, right, Jess?
Yeah, no, seriously.
So
that's pretty insane. A restaurant, and he bought a house last week.
Yeah, wait, you bought a house?
Yeah.
Oh, congrats.
No.
You bought a house for your family?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was funny, dude. So listen to this story. You guys don't know the full story.
Okay.
I film with you guys.
Yeah.
We do this bit. Sell it. I sell it to. It's funny, I guess. I kind of knew what his bits kind of were, so I was like, okay, cool. You got to kind of be a little extreme. Mm. He uses those little clips and shit.
Yeah.
So I kind of knew him, kind of didn't, but not fully. And then I called my cousin. I'm like, yo, you know this kid named David Dobrik? He flips out. He's like, bro. He's like, you and I went to the meet and greet. I was like, fuck, dude. I was like, was it that guy? Like, they closed the streets off and shit. And I met him 2 weeks after the meet and greet. So yeah, weird story. So he goes like, you gotta join their squad, man. Like, if you do, your career's set. And I'm like, God damn. I'm like, you're right. It was not true. It's not true.
Not true. Close. Got close.
So he goes. I filmed a bit and stuff.
Do you remember what the bit was?
Huh?
Do you remember what the bit was?
Yeah, he tied a firework to my arm, and it was a good bit, you know.
Sure.
And then, dude, I remember I went to do do like the delivery stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because I was doing Uber Eats and stuff, and then he posted the video like a few hours prior, and then these two girls, they saw me, they're like, oh my God, you did that bit. I was like, what are you talking about? I haven't seen the bit yet.
Yeah.
They're like, can we take a photo and stuff? They take a photo, and I was shaking. I was like, oh my God, dude, like, this can probably be the start to comedy. Like, this can probably be it. I sat in my dad's Toyota Solara because I'm driving it. He bought it for like $700-800, no AC, and I start praying. Oh my God, like, I really need this. Like,
wow,
please, like, help me with this comedy stuff. Like, I hope they call me back and I'll kill that bit again. Like, whatever bit they have to film, like, I'll make sure to give it my all. Like, I just started praying in the car. I'm like, I need this, and I have like a Chipotle order next to me. It's like getting cold and stuff.
Of course.
And then I drove, and then, dude, like 4 hours later, I'm in the In-N-Out drive-through in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And then I get a call. He's like, yo, I don't know who the number is. He's like, yo, this is David. I was like, oh, I'm like, okay, be chill. He's like, can you come in like 20 minutes for a bit? And I'm right by the apartment, right? I'm with a friend of mine. I put the car in reverse. I'm like, bro, I gotta go. I can't get food. I'm like, I gotta go film this bit. I drop him. He's like, can I come? I'm like, bro, no, you gotta. I'm gonna drop you off. I gotta go handle my business, and I'll pick you back up after I'm done. And then I came to the apartment, and then I remember the bit was he threw oats on me. And then I flipped out, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You
came out good.
Did your acting? Did your yelling? And scary voice.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
And then I remember that day you tagged me on Instagram.
I did.
I had like 200 followers.
You only had 200?
200, yeah. It was like 200, 250 maybe. You tagged me on Instagram, and it shot up to like 2,000 because I guess people from the vlog saw. They saw who it was, you know.
That's
shot
crazy.
Up to 2,000, and I went home. I'm like, Mom, I got 2,000 followers.
What did she say?
She's like, what does that mean? I'm like, there's 2,000 people in the world that follow me.
Maybe some bots, but.
And then she's like, oh, so how does this work? I'm like, now I just got to keep making videos, and we'll buy that restaurant that we're talking about.
Right.
And then she's like, okay. She's like, okay, sounds good and stuff. And then I'm like, Mom, I'm like, it's gonna get to a point where people are gonna come and take photos with us. And then she's like, what? Yeah. I'm like, yeah, Mom. I'm like, I'm doing these comedy videos with some guys, you know, like we're gonna shoot with them, and I'm gonna do more videos and stuff with them. And then I remember this one time, dude. It was like the day right after we did the oat video. I'm like, if I do a scripted skit with him, how he does in the videos, that means I'm officially part of the videos. And then he calls me the next day. He's like, yo, and we were in one of the rooms, and we did a scripted bit. Yeah. And I was like, oh, like, I think that scripted bit is like an initiation type of thing, because it was like a scripted bit. Yeah. Is different than like the pranks and stuff. Is
that how you looked at it?
That's how I looked at it. That's how I looked at it. So I was looking at like the science behind it, because I'm like, oh, scripted bit means like you're a part of it, kind of. You're a regular. You're like a regular cast member. And we did a scripted bit that day. You did. It was like I think he waited a day, and then he called me the day right after. Right. And that day that was in between, I was like, oh, I was sweating. I'm like, they hated me. The comments were probably bad. Like, I don't know. Maybe it didn't work out. And then I think it was the day after maybe it was two days after. I can't really remember. And then I got in my car. I'm like, dude, I got to be on my A game, bro. When these guys call me, like, I got to make sure I'm funny as like, every single thing I do, I got to kill. Damn. And then, yeah, dude. And then we started filming every day. Yeah. And I was like, oh, happened just like that.
Was it weird when people started calling you Jonah and not your name?
Yeah, it was weird, but I kind of was like, dude.
Today's podcast is brought to you by SeatGeek. Yes, SeatGeek, the #1 ticketing app out there. It is fantastic. Isn't it, Jonah? Isn't SeatGeek the best?
I love SeatGeek.
No, he loves SeatGeek. I love SeatGeek, and it is so much fun. It is the best app out there for tickets. You download the app, Jonah. You get it on your phone. The tickets come right to your phone. Jonah wants to go see Avenged Sevenfold. So basically, all you would do is download the SeatGeek app. You go on there, you buy the tickets, and then you put your phone in. It's fantastic. We saw Harry Styles.
We did.
Didn't we see Harry Styles?
We had great seats.
We had really good seats.
To Harry Styles. I could see him with my own 2 eyes.
And right now, guys, you're going to get $20 off your first order when you use my code NASH. Go to SeatGeek.com. Use my code NASH. Go to the link in the description on YouTube here. And SeatGeek, of course, has been with us for so long. They've sponsored my YouTube videos for the last 4 years. They did all the roasts. They're just an amazing company. We love you. We love you, SeatGeek. We love you, Ian. Go support them. If you like this show, if you like me, if you like Jonah, if you like Jess, please go and support SeatGeek. Buy some tickets. It's the summer concert season, and you're going to love it. You will not be disappointed when you choose SeatGeek.
And then the cousin I went to the meet and greet with, he calls me. Yeah. He calls me like a week into the conversation we initially had. He's like, bro, he's like, you're in like 2 bits. He's like, dude, I think you're going to join the squad. And then I'm like, dude, don't say that right now. Like, what if maybe I don't, you know? Like, maybe I'm not funny enough. Because I was looking at it like an audition almost. Like, yeah. Because you got to be on your A game. You got to tell the joke. You got to be funny as hell, and that's what it is. And Yeah, he called, and it was funny, dude. He called me. He's like, bro, he's like, my friends are like talking about it too. Like, they're like, your cousin's in them. And I'm like, bro, just chill out. Like, nothing's happening. Just wait. And then nothing happened 5 years later.
Well, you're here on the All Good Things podcast, so something happened.
Yeah.
Something
really,
happened.
really took a turn for you.
Yeah, dude. No, it's a funny ass story, dude. That's the full story.
Oh man. And how's it going with how's your love life? Is it tough to date in Los Angeles?
Is it tough to
Have
love?
you been on any dates? Do you date?
No, I don't date.
Why don't you take girls out?
I don't like to. I have problems. I bail all the time. Like, I'll ask a girl out and I'm like,
He's 40 minutes late.
I'm like, I have something to do. I'm telling you, my social skills are not good.
But shouldn't he take girls out on dates and stuff? Like
Me and Jonah were, I call you Jonah automatically. I don't call you Nick. But
Brandon gets really upset when I call you Jonah. He's like, his name is Nick.
What do you like being called?
Nick is fine.
We tried.
Your name, Nick.
We
It's
tried.
like my actual name.
We tried for like a good year
To just call
him Nick. Like David tried and I tried, and every time we would say Nick, it felt like
Weird.
It just felt really lackluster. Like I tried, I'd be like Nick, and like
Nick.
nah, it's Jonah.
You want to hear something really funny?
Yeah.
I saw Jess on Bumble.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What's the profile look like?
She just had like photos of her,
Yeah.
like looking pretty and stuff, and I was like, oh, what the f? I'm like, that's Jess.
It's
And
Did she
then-
have a byline or anything? Like,
I don't remember what it was. I think I took a screenshot and I sent it to her.
what'd you do? Did you swipe?
I swiped right.
Oh.
I shot my shot, and I was probably gonna bail on the date. I'm telling you, I'm really bad with it. I cannot do dates.
I think Bumble and Raya and all those dating apps for guys are really, really bad.
Wait, why?
Yeah.
I think they're really bad for guys.
Why for guys? I think they're bad for girls.
Well, I think girls, they're probably bad for girls too, but I can only speak from the guy's perspective. But like, you know, if you're not in the like 1% of like really good looking guy or whatever, like you just get completely thrown to the bottom. And then that makes you go like, oh my God, like no one likes me. I'll never get anybody. And so I went through a really long period of like on those dating apps, like I wasn't getting any matches or anything, nothing. And I was like, what? And then I started to feel so bad about myself. And I was like, oh my God, I'm f***ing undateable. Like I literally thought that. I was like, there is no one that likes me. Like, and I was like, oh, it must be my age, must be my looks, my skin. I'm like, I look old. Like, okay. And I literally thought like, oh, this is it. I'm done. I'll never meet anybody. And then I met somebody.
You met Naveen on.
I did meet her on a dating app
Yeah.
3 years before. But
That's
yeah.
like 1 in a billion, though.
But
1 in a billion.
I agree with that though. I also think I've always said this. Like I think that like I don't really use them, but sometimes I will just go on it for fun. And like I've gone on a couple dates from dating apps, but I will say like I feel like you judge someone way harder when there's pictures and like numbers in front of you, you know, versus like when you meet someone because you don't know
Yes.
their personality. And like I've told a story before. I don't think I've told it on here, but basically, like, I matched with some guy on Hinge. Like, he was cute. We talked a little bit, but I was like, he's not, like, I just was like, whatever. Like, then I met him in person, like, 2 weeks later, and I didn't realize it was him immediately.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, this guy's so cute. Like, he has great personality, whatever. And he mentioned something about, like, he said something about Hinge. So I, like, went on Hinge, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll, like, find him.
Right.
And then I went in my matches and I was like, oh my God, I matched with him like a month ago and I stopped responding to him.
Right.
So it's just like, that just kind of taught me like, you really can't tell from an app, like what someone's like in person versus, I also think like when people, like to me, like if I meet someone and they have a great personality, like I don't really care about their height. But when you're looking on an app, like I feel like you're like, oh, this person's short. But like truly in real life, like to me, it doesn't matter. But when it's in front of you on an app, I feel like people tend to care more.
So you
When
date a
it's
guy
right
who's
now.
5'1"?
I mean, maybe not that small because I'm
So you
five.
said so it does matter.
Well, I'm 5'6", so like, I mean, if they were like the best person ever, who knows? But like,
So
like,
you're going back.
I said height doesn't really matter. Like,
She's saying in the moment when she's swiping, if she sees like 5'4", she's like,
But she said if she's not swiping in real life, height doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean,
Right, but if she met somebody who was 5'5" or whatever, and he had a good personality, she'd be like, all right, that's
But how
cool.
about 5'1"?
exactly.
Maybe you put a pair of shoes on him and he's 5'7". You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's all circumstantial, and I think when you meet someone in real life, it changes. And I'm saying that we judge people so quickly on their profile, like,
Yeah.
and you wouldn't judge someone that quickly in person.
He actually, I know he has a lot of girls in his DMs.
Yeah, he was telling us.
Yeah, he's like, they're like hot girls.
Well, I don't know if you can cut this out if you don't want me to say it, but like, he was really telling me that he doesn't like dating like 10s. Like, he doesn't like dating super hot girls. He has something against it. Like, he likes to date like more average looking people.
Can you just say, I don't like 10s? I don't date 10s?
I don't date 10s. I can't because I know I'm an ugly guy. So and there's no reason. No, listen.
Here, I'll say it. You're not ugly.
Listen, there's no reason for a short fat dude who is I'm like a 4. You know what I mean? To date a girl who's like super pretty, and I accept that. Like there's no reason. There's no reason I shouldn't be with her. And it's not about the personality half the time. Like if you're not sexually attracted to somebody, you can't. The relationship won't last.
Right.
It's because girls always say it's personality. It is personality. I agree, but I have no reason to date a girl who is like a 10 out of 10.
Naveen told me something really funny yesterday. She said for every hot girl, there's some guy out there who's annoyed with her.
I don't get it.
Meaning like, I don't know, whatever. Like, you know, like a girl could be really hot, right? And you're like, oh my God. But no matter how hot she is, there's some man out there that's like, oh God, get me away from her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Well, going off what you said, I feel like people say this a lot, that like, I feel like you're more likely to see an average looking guy with a really hot girl versus an average looking girl with a really hot guy, because girls, I think, do tend to put personality first more so than guys do.
Yeah, you're
and
in,
so
you're in
I
luck.
think like people, like when you're saying like why would a 10 want to date me, like if people really are attracted to you and your personality and your like everything about you, like looks don't matter. And also I think when you find someone attractive, like their personality and everything, they become physically attracted. Like if you meet someone and you're like, they're average, but then you get to know them and you're really attracted to the personality, they become like a 10 in your eyes. Like that's happened to me where I've met someone, I'm like, they're not that cute. And then I get to meet them and I'm like, oh my God, they're the hottest person ever. And I can't.
So where are they now?
Yeah, women are crazy, man. Women.
Where are they now? If their personality was so good, where are they now?
Oh, they ghosted me.
It's funny.
But women are not crazy. They're interesting like that. Like they'll like write letters to dudes in prison.
Yeah.
Like women don't care about
guys do
looks
that
that
too.
much.
Yeah.
Or what?
I said guys are pretty crazy, but guys get crazy towards
Did you
like
rip ass,
really hot
dude?
girls.
Did you rip ass?
I did not rip
I
ass.
did it.
And don't hit me with the hot girls don't fart and stuff. Did you rip ass?
I did not rip ass. I do girls fart, but I did not.
Did you rip ass? And you're blaming it on us?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No, I was kidding. I didn't.
I don't smell anything.
Okay.
I think that you need to. I think that the one thing I've learned from being with Naveen is like you just got to find that person that's, you know, your person. That's it.
Well, I also think that
That's all it
you
is.
shouldn't not date a 10 because you think that there's no reason for them to date you. I think if someone's really attractive, also someone else might not find them a 10. So you don't actually. Everything's objective.
Yeah.
Subjective. What's subjective? Objective. Whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it's to each person. So like you may think they're a 10, but like someone else may think they're a 5. And if you think they're a 10 and they're into you, then you should date them.
I have a confession to make.
What?
Okay.
I'm banned from
You
every
ripped
single
ass.
dating website
Why?
because they think I'm a catfish. And I'm like, why the would I use my face as a catfish? Like I'll use like Ryan Reynolds or something. What the hell? So I keep getting notified, and I signed up with my cousin's phone number.
Right. Because they banned your phone number.
Yeah.
Even on Raya?
That happened to me too.
Like, why am I
On a
going to
dating
use
app.
someone else's? Why would I would use like Ryan Gosling or something, or
So
like someone hot.
So people are flagging it, going like, this is somebody.
They just don't believe you're out here trying to find love.
This is somebody making a joke like, oh, look at funny Jonah looking for love. Look at this guy on Tinder.
Yeah, I'm not looking for love though. I don't think I ever will. I'm not about it.
You say
Sounds
that
sad.
now.
No, I don't think I will.
You were in love. You had a relationship.
Yeah, but I'm not. I don't think I'll ever really.
You were
fall
really
in love.
happy with her.
I don't think I'll ever really fall in love.
She took care of you and stuff. You love that.
Yeah, but
So you want some other?
no,
I remember
now,
we traveled with his ex, and
Yeah.
she would like, you know, I mean, every guy does want that to some
mother?
degree. Not a mother, but you know, like it is nice. Ferris, does Caitlin ever do your laundry or anything, or make you meals? Okay, never mind.
my thing is, let me tell you how I feel. Let me tell you how I feel. If I'm in love with someone, it's weird, man. If like something happens that day, my brain won't stop thinking about it, and it holds me back from working.
Oh.
But also, it makes me vulnerable when I am with the person, and I feel like it weakens me.
Oh.
You know, and I don't want that sense of any person, whether it's a girl or it's like a friend, or I don't want to have any type of relationships where
It holds you back.
I become vulnerable because because I have a family to take care of too. Like I have my immediate family now that I had to help with the business.
I wish we had like a violin sound effect right now.
Add that in.
No, but I don't know, man. I don't know how to explain it. But any relationship that gets broken destroys me, and I don't like that. I don't want that feeling.
So you're scared of heartbreak because you want to focus on work.
But it happens with friends too. Like if my friends are ever weird with me, or if I'll confront them, I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
Why are you
sensitive,
being weird? And I am. I know I am. Yeah. I know I'm sensitive. Well, so I don't want to put that power in I don't want to give anybody that power to like destroy me. I don't like it. I don't want it.
Come here.
Okay, you know what? I feel like I'm similar to that.
It's okay.
Okay, I have ADHD.
My knees gave up.
I'm like rooting this moment. I'm like talking over it.
My knees gave up. I couldn't get up. I'm too fat. But I don't know, man.
You think you have autism. I have ADHD. They have similar traits. And one of them, which I just found out, is that you have a really high sensitivity to rejection. And like you become really like hyper focused when you feel like someone's like rejecting you.
Oh.
And so maybe that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't any type of yeah.
I've been like you. When I was younger, I was like that. I was like, I don't want anyone in my life. I want to focus on my career. And I don't want, what's the point? And then now that I'm older, I realize what I want is you have to learn how to compartmentalize. That's what you need to do.
I don't know what that word is.
Compartmentalize, which means like
separate things.
Separate. My life is my kids, Naveen, work.
Yeah.
And you split the day up that way.
Yeah.
And all three are as important as the next. So the kids are as important as Naveen, as is work, as is the kids.
Yeah. And I don't know, man. I have that. I know I have that like can destroy me really, really bad. And like I have to like pick myself back up. So that's why even with friends and stuff, I can't get close to people. Like I can't get super close with people. I can't see somebody every day. I have like this weird barrier. I really do.
Really?
But it's because I'm scared of like losing that person.
But not with Susie.
Well, my family is different. Like
different.
And when I do really, really like somebody, a friend, a girlfriend, like I would you'd rather kill me than see them get hurt. Like I'm like that.
But that's also like.
But I know I'm like that. Like I if I'm dating a girl, like or if I'm in with a friend, because I think they're very similar. Like whether it's a best friend or it's a thing, or it's a family member, whatever it is. Like if I'm really, really close with somebody, you'd rather get to me first before you get to them. Wow. I don't know. It's weird. But then knowing that about myself now, I'm like, oh man, I don't know if I can date, or I don't know if I can be super close with friends and stuff sometimes, because it's an intense personality.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say like it's like a good thing though that you have like so much like emotion and like love and you care so much. But I understand what you're saying about how like when something happens and it's like a negative thing, how it affects you so much that you don't want to go through that. But like that's like I think just like one thing you have to like learn what you were saying, like to kind of compartmentalize and like learn how to deal with them, because I don't think you should completely cross it out. Because there's so many benefits to that and having someone and being able to care about someone like that.
You'll get it with age. It'll
Yeah.
come to you. You're 28. You'll just like in 10 years you'll be so different.
Yeah, maybe.
You'll have like a much better grasp on like, you know, your work, and then and your family will be doing better, and your restaurant will be grown, and blah blah blah. And the restaurant will be bigger. You'll have chains. You'll have different locations, and then
I'm rebranding it, by the way.
I know. Why would you rebrand
The
it?
Knicks.
No, I'm rebranding it to something
Knicks.
completely different.
What are you gonna call it?
I don't know yet. I'm
Why?
doing it.
Why
I'm
would
doing it
you-
with a business partner of mine.
Wait, why are you rebranding?
He already has
Are you not serving
he already
kebabs?
has a history of like successful chains and stuff. So we're gonna kind of like do our own thing.
Call it something else.
Yeah, but it's also gonna be different food. It's not gonna be kebabs. It's gonna be Mediterranean, but it's gonna be.
I told you
different
that.
He fires his whole family.
Yeah.
I told you that when you started.
stuff. Yeah,
I
kebabs
said
are
you gotta
tough.
have hummus and you gotta have the cucumber salad.
Yeah,
Oh, that sounds delicious. Right
Well,
now.
you'll probably keep Jonah's, but then do another chain of different.
I'll keep
restaurants.
Jonah's. Yeah,
yeah.
That's for
Oh.
the family. That's for my dad and
Oh,
stuff.
you're not rebranding Jonah's.
No. Jonah's Kebab is gonna stay Jonah's Kebab, but
You're making another whole franchise.
yeah.
Got it. That's exciting.
Okay, you got some news articles.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, I
When
pulled
is-
this article because I know you've eaten here before.
Oh,
but you've
horses! I
eaten.
ate at horses. A top LA chef at horses accused by wife of killing family cat's assault. He denies claims.
So there's this like whole story that just like came out about. So it was two.
He's Armenian.
It was two chefs that were married, and they've opened a bunch of restaurants together. They open horses, and they have like a restraining order against each other now. And the wife is claiming that like they've had many cats over the past years, and like they've all died, and that like she thinks the husband killed them. And
Oh, the meat was a little chewy when I went.
but yeah,
weird
it's just
cat
this
meat.
like whole story that's just come out, and everyone's just like,
No, it's actually a fantastic restaurant. The
well,
food
I
is
don't know if
so
it's be
good.
open anymore.
We had to go. We had to go at 4:45 and wait for them to open to get a table, and that was the only time you could get in because it's such a hot.
What do they
spot.
serve?
They steak and burgers and just
Cats.
Like,
That's
No,
really
it's
funny.
an interesting story because he's claiming that he's claiming that's all false, and all the statements she's made are things she's actually done. It's a
well, listen, having been in a he said she said, I kind of recoil at stories like this
but
because
I
you just don't know.
the dead cats is not right.
Well, the cats they could have had.
No, she apparently walked in on him like killing a cat.
Oh, fuck him. You like
We
cats?
don't know if it's true though.
You like cats?
I like every animal.
Yeah.
I'm a dog guy, but
I'm
I like
a dog guy
animals.
too. Yeah.
I love exotic animals a lot. I love like hippos and rhinos. like when we saw that rhino in South Africa, I fucking freaked out, dude.
Is that your favorite trip, South Africa?
Yeah,
It's good, huh?
because I love exotic. I love wild animals. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Giraffes, like a giant ass giraffe, dude, like poking its head out with its purple tongue, is insane. And it's like 30 feet away from the car.
Were you scared?
Insane. No, I wasn't scared.
yeah.
It was so weird. The lion came by too. I wasn't scared. It was weird, man. It's this weird feeling, but I feel like I had like this weird like. I'm like, okay, we're both in peace. Like I'm
At peace.
like because he doesn't want to hurt you. I feel like
Who, the rhino?
the lion,
Oh,
Yeah.
because you're not you're not being weird about it. You're not like "Rah." So it was like very I don't know how to explain it. It was like peacefully
Yeah.
because he was just walking by and you're just like sitting still. You're like, oh wow, that's.
I would be nervous if I was with you on safari that you do something like out of the box.
provoke.
No, I wouldn't. Not with a fucking lion. No way. Not with a
I'd be
lion.
nervous that you'd be
Because it's some of my favorite animals. I love lions.
Let me grab its ears.
Dude, how,
Hey, Dave, get this.
I'm like riding the lion. No, I mean, the old me would definitely want to go like, oh, cool. Let me get out of the car and let me see if I can pet him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
nothing
you've
anymore.
matured a lot. You definitely are. And you read a lot now.
Yeah, I do one book a week.
Tell Jess a book that you've read. Cat in the Hat.
green eggs and ham.
Green eggs.
I do not like green eggs and ham.
So it's this book, and
One
this guy,
fish, two fish.
guy's
red
eating
fish.
ham and eggs.
Ramona. You remember that author? What was her name? Ramona.
Who?
Ramona?
No, yeah, Judy.
Oh, Judy Bloom.
Judy Bloom. I read a book. Like, yeah, I just read a really cool Judy Bloom book. She was the best.
Oh, you did like Judy Bloom.
Yeah.
Judy Bloom was
What do you
great.
mean, dude?
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking great books.
When did you learn how to read?
That, when you learned how to read.
2 years ago.
Yeah, I picked it up 6 months
He's
ago.
still learning.
After Dave hired me for the vlogs, I got some money together. And
Like I had to
took a
learn how to
course.
read. I had to learn how to read.
Okay, come on, next story, and we can wrap this up.
Montana becomes the first state to ban TikTok after governor signs
I
a bill
saw
into
that.
law.
That's so weird.
Insane.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know that? They did it yesterday, no?
Yeah, I think it just happened.
Okay, so to what degree is it banned?
You can't download the app.
In
you have it-
Montana?
Yeah.
Following Governor Greg
I'm playing a show
whatever
there.
signature, the law
Are you?
the law restricting
Can't promote
downloads
there.
of the immensely popular
You
social
wonder
media
when
app is
tickets are
likely
being
to
sold.
face legal challenges.
If you already have it on your phone, you're fine.
Okay, no, sorry, Jess, go ahead.
It will make it illegal for the app stores to give the user the option to download TikTok, and illegal for the company to operate within the state. So you straight up just can't have TikTok.
And that's just because of information, right? The sharing of the information. They're trying to protect their citizens.
Yeah, but it's so absurd. That whole trial, like, poor guy. He did such a good job.
Dude, I was at dinner last night, and my friend Annie was talking about this YouTuber that like I hadn't watched before, and I was like, "Oh, cool, I'll check him out." Woke up this morning, and it's just like it was the first thing on YouTube, and my YouTube recommended.
It's scary.
Like it's so scary,
Right, so it's like, why do we care? The fact that like we're caring so much about TikTok when like Facebook's been doing the same thing for like years and years and years, and like your
that's a good
phone does
point.
the same thing, your Alexa, your Google Home, like all that stuff does the exact same thing.
Dude. That's not good for you. You're big on TikTok. You just lost the state.
That's just scary.
My
though.
Instagram has been really good.
Yeah, I saw you're flying over there.
Yeah, it's nice. I really like focusing on Instagram right now.
You got any hot skits coming?
I have one that I filmed that I don't know if I'm gonna post it today.
Another one on the car.
Yeah. I have what I'm trying to do with Zane, bro. His communication sucks ass. Mother.
Tried dealing with the two of you at once.
That's pretty difficult. Yeah, his communication
Someone told me
is
a really
terrible.
funny story about Zane yesterday. Oh, Scott. So when you go hiking at Runyon, they have this thing called the Honor Bar.
Yeah.
And so it's basically like they have water, they have fruit, and you basically Venmo $1 and you can take a water. And Zane walked by the Honor Bar and he picked up the bottle and he started walking. And Scott was like, "Hey, are you going to pay for that?" And Zane was like, "Oh, no, it's free. It's the Honor Bar."
You didn't understand the concept of the honor bar.
It's hilarious.
All right, any more stories or are we good?
We have what other ones did I have?
So you guys just go over these boring ass articles?
Yeah, they're interesting.
If you have something more to...
I thought you read.
I think it's
do you not
been-
read the
Yeah,
news?
I do. I like reading, but I'm not gonna read about a.
It's interesting that TikTok's
We just
being
talked about
banned.
TikTok. That's your business. How can you say that's boring? They just
Yeah, that's
banned it.
They're not gonna ban it. There's
That's
no
so
way.
scary.
They did ban it.
just
No,
did.
they're
They
not.
just
Just told
signed
you.
it.
That goes. That's.
They just
did.
banned it, and that's scary because that's one state. Now who's gonna be next? It's a
Oh,
ripple
weddings in
effect.
space. This.
Weddings in space.
Oh.
Couples rush.
TikTok
to be
has been
first.
giving me bad views lately.
Well, he's happy it's banned. He's like, F this.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I do love TikTok, but dude, I don't know what the they did to my channel.
Okay, couples rush to be first, but it's not cheap. So you can now have your wedding in space. A company called Space Perspective is offering couples an unforgettable way to say I do, putting lovers into orbit using a carbon neutral balloon with giant windows to make the most of the ultimate view of the planet. That's insane.
So it's just you and your
Oh, there
bride
you
in
go.
a capsule?
There you go.
And you get married up there?
Yeah.
Can we talk about the global and economical nature of the world?
Please,
you
enlighten
start.
us.
That's a line that was
It's from a movie.
Jaden Smith like
it's Jaden
on a
Smith.
podcast, and they asked him a question. And he's like,
Was he being funny or was he being serious?
being serious.
was.
Did he talk about it?
But like, people will just comment. They're like, "Can we talk about the global and economical nature of the world or whatever?"
He has a good song called Icon. Have you ever heard that?
No,
It's really good.
it's good. Let's
yeah,
get him on the show.
Would you get married in space?
Would you
Yeah,
read in that
I love
balloon?
space. I want to get into the space business.
Jonah's in space. Kebabs in space.
Space kebabs.
Yeah.
No, I'd love to. I love space. Big fan of space.
Would you,
You
like
know,
to go to space?
Yeah.
You know, you can go up in space. You can do that gravity thing, but like Hannah and Adam did it. But I heard
Zero
you get
gravity?
really sick.
It's more so. I feel like that's not to like see space. That's like to feel zero gravity.
That's
plane?
the closest we can get to.
Yeah,
jet?
when it like dives down and you like are like floating.
If you had
Hannah and Adam did it?
yeah, I saw them. They did it for like a brand of like Dr. Pepper or Sprite or something.
Really?
If you had like 250K, would you go to space? Would you pay to go see it?
I'd go.
You would.
Yeah, would you?
Nah.
No?
What if there was like safety? What if you knew it wasn't guaranteed that you would come back alive?
Oh, perfect. I'd like it even more. If it's a guarantee that I won't come back alive, I would go today.
Wait, speaking of this wedding though, like
I'm not depressed. I'm good.
does that mean that you're floating during your wedding? Like, are you all like zero gravity? Like you're just floating around the pod, like,
Yeah.
trying to get married?
Yeah.
Or, like,
Why do you think I like dangerous activity? I was literally
this
racing
is a
yesterday.
podcast, but do you
No.
need therapy? We can get you.
No, I'm okay. I don't need therapy.
Jonah was in a $500,000 Ferrari yesterday doing donuts. He showed us the video, which I thought was insane. Which one of your Armenian friends gave you a $500,000?
My boy
Ferrari?
Edmund did.
Yeah?
But he didn't know about it.
I've been doing a lot more. I've been getting into like Middle Eastern culture because Naveen is Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very different.
We're cool.
Yeah, very cool.
You this?
Yeah, I love Middle Eastern food.
Dude, it's the best.
It's a little different. The man and the woman is a little different.
What do you mean?
Very traditional
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean by that, Jess? Like man and woman kind of stuff in that
What
culture.
do you mean? Man, woman.
Like the man he does what like the man's supposed to do, and like the woman does what like the woman's supposed to do, like that kind of stuff.
You're just saying it's like predominant in their
Yeah.
culture?
Yeah, and that's what like a lot of the women want too.
Isn't that what you want?
Well, I've had both, and it's yeah. I mean, I do like it better.
Yeah. Well, our dad's kind of raises like if growing up in an Armenian family, dude, he can't be a bitch. That's like one of the. I'm not even kidding. Like this is the nicest way possible. If you come back to your dad and you go like, "Yo, I'm depressed," he's like, "Okay, cool. We got to work. You gotta go to bed. Wake up at 7. You got work tomorrow. So get your depressed ass to bed.
Dude, I love that.
Wake the up. Be a man. That's like the slow, like be a man about it. So like
we don't have time to be
That's why I
Depressed
never
people
been to
end
like
up depressed.
I never been to like therapy or any of that because like oh my god, you gotta be.
Oh,
a
so
man.
wait a minute. Maybe Jess made a connection here. Maybe that was
No,
why.
that is so.
Maybe that's why you are depressed.
Actually,
I'm good,
I grew
I'm
up in New Zealand. New Zealand has a very like be a man mentality.
Yeah,
And
does it?
Yeah, like
Oh.
with boys, like you're supposed to be like manly, whatever.
Yeah.
And there's a very high like suicide rate amongst men
Oh.
because of that mentality. And like it's now I think spoken more about that like a lot of people do raise like
Yeah, but if
it's,
they
like,
let the
dependent
women
on
walk all
culture-
over them, they'd kill themselves too. So
Well, it's
either
not,
way,
it's, not
you're
about,
screwed.
it's not about that. It's about the fact that like you're being told you're not allowed to like have emotion. You're not allowed to cry. You're not allowed to show you're upset.
I never cried in front of my parents.
That's what I mean. Like it's
My
not.
dad,
It's not
especially my
about,
dad. I'll never shed a tear in front of my dad, bro. Never.
Oh yeah,
I'd rather die than crying for my dad.
Well, that's what I mean. It's not about someone walking over you. It's about the fact that like you're told like you can't cry because that's not manly. You can't show emotion. You can't be upset.
Is it still that way?
I don't know.
bit.
I haven't been back yet, but like, I think they're like trying to like push like therapy and stuff like that because I feel like that stuff is looked upon as like, oh, it's weak. You're in therapy. You cry. You show emotion, but that's actually like very destructive to people.
What if it's already instilled in you and you can't snap out of it?
You can
You're
always.
a man
You
now.
can
That's
always.
what you got. You're sad.
Always fix yourself.
You can't
It's
be
never too
sad.
late.
That is the hardest thing about being a guy.
Yeah.
Is you're wired one way when you're younger,
Yeah.
and then you have to adapt to what is now, and then so you're constantly like, okay, so what am I? How am I supposed to be now? Am I supposed to be soft here?
Right.
Not hard, hard here.
Well,
not,
yeah.
not hard, but
He's like, am I supposed to off here? Am I supposed to be hard?
I mean, I completely agree. I feel like people like your age, like anyone who like was raised even like 20 years ago, like it was that same kind of mentality, and now it's like people are raising their kids more
yeah.
in the way where you can like be however you want, no matter what gender you are or whatever. But
Yeah.
like I feel like you guys are facing that struggle of like you were raised like, oh, I have to be manly, I can't cry, and now it's like you're allowed to do that, but
Yes.
it's weird to shift.
Yeah. It doesn't
Yeah.
feel good though when you're crying like a.
No, I don't like crying.
That's your
I won't
mentality.
cry. And dude, I
That's what I'm saying. You're like caught.
yeah, dude. I can't remember the last time I cried, bro. It's really weird.
I cry every day almost.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I love crying. I think it's
Oh
so
yeah.
good.
Okay, good, great.
Like
Man, I
crying
don't know how to
just
cry.
it like releases so much emotion.
I can't do that.
You cry out of happiness sometimes.
Rarely, but like
Mostly when I come to work and I sit.
no,
in
like
your
I
house.
love watching.
When I see the views on this podcast.
I love watching like a sad movie, like that's like a romantic, happy kind of sad movie.
Go. What's a movie? What's a sad movie?
Okay,
Happy
like
movie.
okay, for example, like Bridgerton. I was just watching last night. I started
Bridgerton.
crying, and it's like a happy sad. Like they love each other so much, but it's like sad because something happened, and it's like I just like started crying.
I do that with music.
With music.
Joni Mitchell. Yeah.
That's good though.
No.
Release
If I'm ever,
emotion.
if I ever feel like I'm about to cry while during anything, I'll walk away
Why?
because I don't want it. I can't. I don't like the. I don't like the vulnerability of it. I don't want to be like.
Well,
I gotta,
okay,
you
in
know.
acting, you have to access like emotions like that. Like,
I think you're probably getting a lot of women very excited that are watching this because they're like, I can break him. I can
fix him.
I can fix him. I can open him up.
Well,
No,
if you're
a
a
lot-
10,
No,
don't
I'm
even
telling you,
try.
this what you're doing right now is smart. I like it. I like what you're doing. You're getting
Only
the
if-
chicks right
only if
now.
you're like a
Oh,
six.
I'm so complex.
No, not even complex.
I can't get vulnerable.
It's the culture, though, bro. I'm telling you, like growing up in that culture is
Yeah.
really intense.
Yeah, I believe it.
It's the
Dad
culture.
hunted.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to
There's
cry?
nothing wrong with saying your dad.
One time, dude. Well, dude. One time we were out.
Dude, tell the story.
We're out
Tell
of the-
Jess. Tell Jess. It's the best. Can you
Which
tell
one?
that story?
Which one?
When your dad went hunting.
In Balboa Park.
Wait, what?
It's the best story.
One time, my dad. So my dad just came from Armenia. He's a very barbaric man. Like Armenia's like
Like he
you know,
doesn't know. He just doesn't know.
We're in
Okay,
the you know
okay.
we're a bunch of like mountain men from
Not polished Armenian city people.
yeah, like we're not really
Yeah.
you know it's just
Mountain
very
people.
yeah, we're mountain people, and we come to this land and we see all these things, and you know, and we're like, oh, this is kind of intense. Like it's very different from where we're from. So my dad, he grew up hunting and you know and all this stuff. He packed his guns in his Jeep, and I think it was like his cousin's Jeep or something. He's like, I'm going hunting. He's like, there's a bunch of ducks in the pond. So he goes to the pond
Wait, and this is
in Balboa Lake.
Balboa Park. Which is, in his defense, it is really big and expansive, and there are like lots of lakes, but there's people. There's also like hot dog vendors.
So there's like
like
families.
a movie in the park going on.
Yeah,
There's like families, you know, like bounce houses and stuff. There's you know a bunch of you know people barbecuing, having fun, and my dad's dressed in full camo. He's just in full camo. He grabs his shotgun out from the back, pops it open, and he's like, I'm gonna shoot the goose.
Did he?
So he went over. He's like aiming at the damn goose. And he's like, and people are like, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? And everyone freaks out. He doesn't speak English. He's like, animal, goose. And then they're like, no, you can't do that here. There's families everywhere. So he's like, okay. He put his gun away. He's like, okay, maybe like I can't shoot him with a gun. He grabs his slingshot and he slings at a goose.
Oh, he does it?
Yeah, and he goes deep into the water, throws the goose over his neck, takes it home so he can cook it for dinner. And then
He's a good cook.
everyone panics. Everyone's like freaking out. Like all these family members all panicking. They're like, dude, a guy in full camo pulled up with a Jeep parked.
Can you imagine
backed
being
up
there
into
witnessing
it?
that?
Slung slingshotted a goose,
Slung it over
Yeah.
his shoulder.
threw it over his shoulder, and walked away.
Yeah.
They went home, dude. They cooked it with my cousin's dad and stuff, and it was like a city goose. So like the meat was kind of weird. And I remember they told me it took them like 13 hours to eat because they would be chewing the meat, and they would just keep chewing it with like beer and stuff and
City
like vodka.
Goose lives on like cigarette butts and stuff. Right?
Yeah, so they're eating this, and they were cooking. They cooked it for a long time.
Yeah.
They cooked it. The damn goose wouldn't cook, so they cooked it for like 15 hours, and they should be cooking in like an hour or
LA
two.
goose.
So they ate an LA goose, but we didn't know any better, dude. We came from a different country, dude.
Sure.
Like we're not from here.
Yeah.
We're 10,000 miles away, dude.
Are you going back to Armenia soon?
Yeah, I will soon.
That sounds like a scene out of a movie, like Borat or something. Like
We almost went when we were traveling abroad. We almost took a plane there. So it would have been so great.
I feel like the culture already come from is that we're like very like barbaric and different, and like it's just like, you know, being sad as like a guy, like you can't do that, dude.
Yeah. All right. Well, you made me very happy today, Jonah. Thank you for coming.
You're like, never come back.
No, I thought this was great.
With your goose story.
really
anything
funny story though.
What'd you say?
I said that's a really funny story.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to promote? Go see Jonah on TikTok. Go see him on Instagram. Guys, come see me live. I'm going to be in Ontario, California, Irvine. I'm going to be in Oxnard. I'm going to Austin. This is my website. It's jasonnashtour.com.
Oh, sick.
Ferris and Jess put it together. We've got Ontario, Irvine, San Jose, Oxnard, Boston, Philadelphia, Tampa, Orlando.
Oh, I'll go to Philadelphia with
Austin, Phoenix, Columbus, Toledo, Levittown is Governors. Is a great club. They like us there, Jonah.
Where?
This club on Long Island. They're just like, it's all kids in Long Island. They love the videos. Buffalo, Brea, Albany, Hartford, Nashville, Louisville, Daytona, Liberty Township, Ohio, which I've never been to Ohio. But I'll be seeing you guys. I'm working on my set. And we'll do a little meet and greet after. Naveen will be with me. Maybe some of the crew will come to the California shows. Hopefully
I'll hit some of the shows, man.
You want to come and do some stand-up before, Jonah?
Oh, July 8th is my birthday. Maybe I can do stand-up on my birthday.
Come to Philly. All right, go DM Jonah. Tell him to come to see us in one of these towns.
Go see Jason.
Go check out Jess on Twitch. She streams every night. She's painting on there. She's playing games now.
Yeah.
She got a ring light.
Yeah. My Twitch is at Jessica Cukier. Jessica
C-U-K Sukier. C-U-K-I-E-R.
Means sugar.
Go check out Jess on Twitch, and there's Jess's Twitch. Go take a look.
Oh, there I am.
Hey!
2.6K followers, damn.
2,000 followers, guys. Let's go get that up. And we will see you next time on the All Good Things podcast. Thanks, Jonah.
Thanks for having me, dude.
Bye, guys.
Bye.